Hey guys, I got 40 minutes max because my deadline for my book is July the 1st. It's the 29th of June. So this is going to be reasonably short for me, but still plenty of time for you to process this knowledge. I discussed Declan Rice in detail yesterday, his connection with Revelation and his connection with famine and with war. I'm going to discuss it in even more detail now and incorporate Mason Mount. Mason. It's not just the Freemasonry aspects to it. It's biblical in regards to his last name, Mount. Hey, John, Mia. Hello, Mia. Mia, I'm playing in that football tournament next week. Starts July the 3rd. You should come watch. If not, I'll see you at some point next year. Are you done with school now? Is it done? I'm not even sure the school can do anymore. Sermon on the Mount, yeah. Hey, Coca-Cola, Andy Parsons, much love to you, bro. Andy, you're on my Instagram, yeah? I got a message from Andy P. I'm presuming it's you. I'll see if I can go in. Yeah, I'm done with school. All right. Mia, what are you up to then? What have you been doing now you're done with school? Are you being productive? What is it that you are doing now you're not having to be in a school and doing homework and all of that? Enjoy it. Enjoy your freedom. So, hey, Paul. Oh, that's you. Okay, perfect, Andy. Let me just break this down. Like I said, I don't want to be here too long. I've got to get that book done. So this code here is, honestly, it pretty much shows we live in a coded reality. Because you can't believe for a second that man's planned this. So Declan Rice and Mason Mount, war and famine code. Declan Rice has just signed for Arsenal. And the price of Rice, which is just pure mockery, was 105 million US dollars, which is 90 million pounds. So we're experiencing a global economic crash, worldwide famine, but a bang average footballer who runs around the field kicking a ball can go for 105 million US dollars. I've said that's not what they get paid. It's all an illusion. The whole Premier League and professional sports is an illusion, is a distraction from Jesus, no doubt about it. But what I'm doing differently is I am revealing that. I'm not promoting these sports. I'm not being a fanboy. I'm telling you that Declan Rice has signed for Arsenal because it connects to Revelation and the Four Horsemen. Headline 2 days ago. Arsenal and Manchester City are involved in a bidding war for Declan Rice. A bidding war. It's all biblical, guys, to do with the four horsemen of the apocalypse. The four horsemen of the apocalypse are figures in the book of Revelation in the New Testament of the Bible. A piece of apocalypse literature written by John of Patmos. The four horsemen are often identified as personifications of death, famine, war, and conquest. So Mason Mount is best friends with Declan Rice. And both of them have been all over the news in regards to their recent transfers. Declan Rice signs for Arsenal. 24 hours later, his best friend, Mason Mount, signs for the Red Devils, Manchester United. Rice and Mount were in the Chelsea Academy together before the former left for West Ham, where he's just won the European Conference Championship, whatever that trophy is, Europa Conference title. And that's in my book, why he won that, why he was wearing number 41, why the Denver Nuggets won the NBA Finals 4-1, why the Golden Knights won the NHL Stanley Cup 4-1, why 9/11 was on 41 date numerology. I've discussed the 41 in detail and how him winning it synced up to Bobby Moore as well. They have remained close through living in London and playing together for England. So, best friends growing up in an academy. Go on to get these massive moves 24 hours apart and both represent England together. Seems a little bit perfect, does it not? Seems a little bit perfect. You've been hanging out with friends and resting. Good for you. Good for you, Mia. Make sure you do exercise. You're productive. Do some reading. Try not to just sit down watching Netflix. I know that's not who you are, but it's very easy to do, isn't it? To be unproductive when you're off from school. It's very easy to just sit back and hang out. There's no pressure on you. I'm tired. I'm exhausted from school. Be productive as well. Hit the beach. Do you like the beach? Good evening from London, Edders. My cat has just given birth to 2 kittens. Congratulations. The nodes are changing signs and we got this. Awesome. What are you going to call the kittens? ITV and BBC also at war. There you go. They're run by the same people. The mainstream media is run by Satan. So when they tell you ITV is at war with BBC or BT Sports is at war with Sky Sports, or when they told you WWF was at war with WCW, it's all Satan. Can I decode the GP? Yes, I can. I'm going to post my Wimbledon decode the first day of the month for you all, for new members and current members. I'm supremely confident with that. I've posted my World Series code. I'm already starting to look into my codes for the upcoming Serie A, La Liga, Champions League, Premier League. I'm looking into that just to gather all the knowledge, put it aside, because it always comes back. The numbers I find will always come back to help me as the season goes on, because it's a marathon, not a sprint, baby. It's a marathon and not a sprint, baby. So going back to the 4 horsemen, Mason Mount was born 1/10/1999, the year the Red Devils won the treble, eh? Mason Mount, born in 1999, is just signed for the Red Devils, who won the treble in 1999. Born 110, like the World Trade Center had 110 floors. Declan Rice, his best friend, was born 1/14/1999. Declan Rice was born 4 days after Mason Mount. Declan Rice wears number 4 for England. This is revelation, baby. Yeah, guys, hit the like for me. 33 in the live, 6 likes. I'm not going to be here long. 33 in the live, 7 likes now. 337, the 68th prime. 9/11 became the emergency dialing code for the US in 68, 33 years later. The Twin Towers came down on 9/11. So the Sermon on the Mount is a collection of sayings spoken by Jesus of Nazareth, found in the Gospel of Matthew, that emphasizes his moral teachings. Mounts, guys. It's not just the Mason. I've told you there's Mason Mount, there's Mason Greenwood, there's Mason Holgate. 3 Masons. Freemason, 3 Masons. Young, English, all came through academies. I think Holgate came through at Barnsley, Mount obviously at Chelsea, and Greenwood at Man United. Greenwood grew up about 10 minutes away from me in Wibsey. So very interesting, isn't it? Because prior to those 3, there were no Masons to ever play in the Premier League. And then we get 3 around the same time. Now check this out. I've given you all those 4s. All right. 4's a big number with the UK because the dialing code's +44. Queen Elizabeth had 4 children. Her jubilee lasted 4 days. There's 4 countries in the United Kingdom. It's kingdom, guys. It talks about in the Bible how God's given the kingdom over to the beast. You got the kingdom of the United Kingdom. You've got the kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And why do you think they're now comparing the Saudi League with the Premier League? Because it's all biblical. Will the Saudi League replace the Premier League? It's all about the kingdom of the beast. You got Ryan Mason, but his first name's not Mason. I'm talking about first name. Mason Mount wears number 19 for Chelsea, or at least he did. I'll be shocked if he doesn't have that number at Arsenal. Where's he gone? United. I'm not sure if it's available, but I'm sure it will be. I'll have to look. But Mason Mount wore number 19 for Chelsea and number 19 for England. Now, Remembrance Day was first honoured in 19 19. And it was Queen Elizabeth's father, George, who ensured that we would honour that day, which is 11/11. 11 times 11 is 121. In gematria, Antichrist 121. Revelation 121. All right. Remembrance Day is a Memorial Day observed in Commonwealth member states since the end of the First World War in 1919 to honour armed forces members who've died in the line of duty. So Mount Wayne, 19 for Chelsea, 19 for England. And Remembrance Day was first honoured in 1919. So this is actually pretty remarkable here. Mount recently won that 2021 Champions League final. The winning goal was scored by Kai Havertz, who's now just signed for Arsenal with Declan Rice. Kai Havertz wears number 29. 29 is the 10th prime number. In the 2021 Champions League final, number 29 scored the winning goal in a 1-0 win against Man City. 29, the 10th prime. 29 and 10 go hand in hand. 29 plus 10 is 39. World War II began in 39. Of course, it lasted 6 years. Bobby Moore wore number 6. So I'm sticking. This is one thing. I don't often do this. And whatever you want to say, I'm sticking to Man City. Winning league. They can get Declan Rice. They can get all these new players. They've just signed another player from Ajax. They can get Kai Havertz. I'm sticking with Man City for my 68 code. And ain't nobody going to change my mind. So if you think Arsenal are cooking, Arsenal are going to win it, now they've got those couple of extra players, that's going to cement them the title because they only lost by 5 points last season. Now they have some world-class players. They ain't. It's all an illusion. They ain't world-class players. I also think City are probably done. I am extremely confident that City are not done, mate. But again, stick to your guns if you think they're done. I don't know how you can think they're done after winning a treble. And the numbers for next year. Are you going to give us a breakdown on this code or your website? My website. Arsenal's a French team. Arsenal have all these French connections. When they were incredible with the Invincibles, they had Arsene Wenger, Thierry Henry, Sylvain Wiltord, Patrick Vieira. All right, the list went on. Pires. So obviously, Arsenal has this connection with France. We know King Charles's wife at the time, back then, was Diana, who died in Paris, France, and her middle name's Francis, although she never died, did she? You've seen my videos about it, how inconsistent the information is. If they sell Bernardo Silva, they will become a weaker team. Shaquille David, I don't know how many times I have to tell people this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who they sign and who they don't sign in regards to being a fanboy. If you say, well, Man City, well, if they lose Bernardo, then they're not the team that they used to be. It don't mean anything, mate. It's the code. They're code supreme next year for the Premier League. I'm not going to go deep into it at all. But if Bernardo leaves, it doesn't matter. I don't know why people still think this. That's why I'm saying that Twitter group that I'm in, good guys. Well, Arsenal now, they're set. They're set for the league. Man United fans, we were missing that attacking midfielder. We're missing that. Now we have Mason Mount. That could mean that it's delusional. No, City will win the league in a 68 riddle. Done. I ain't letting anyone talk me out of it. So, yeah, exactly. Look at Leicester City winning the league. I've done videos about that. Did that have anything to do with how talented the players was? So Declan Rice was born on 1/14. Queen Elizabeth II died with 114 days left in the year. Just know that she died the day the Europa League season began. And obviously, West Ham won that Europa Conference League. Like, she had 4 children, Jubilee, 4 days. 4 days is 96 hours. She died at age 96. England hosted Euro 96, which was the main factor in why I said she was going to die at 96 when she was 94. Then I did a million other things, but it was revolved around Euro 96. Who knocked England out? It was Germany. Who missed the penalty? It was Southgate. So Declan Rice agrees to sign for Arsenal, who are nicknamed the Gunners. And Arsenal is a place where arms and ammunition are made, maintained and repaired, stored or issued in any combination, whether privately or publicly owned. Now, Arsenal did so well last year in the league because they had the war numbers and they had Queen numbers, but Man City ultimately had the beast numbers and the king numbers. So that's why Arsenal came out of nowhere. With, again, you look at the squad, it's not incredible. If Arsenal would have finished 8th last season, there wouldn't have been one football fan shocked. Tell me I'm wrong. Adam, I tagged you on Twitter about Zinchenko knowing Declan Rice would come. Again, I've told you, I mentioned that. Zinchenko left Man City, went to Arsenal. Zinchenko's this Ukrainian legend, all right, which was involved in a war with Russia. That's why Abramovich, he disappeared, didn't he? That was all connected to war, the Russian. So, yeah, Zinchenko was all over the media this year because it's black magic. The more people see through this black magic, you'll stop cheering on Declan Rice. Every time you're cheering Declan Rice, you're cheering Famine. Every time you cheer Declan Rice, you Arsenal fans or West Ham fans or England fans, you're cheering Famine. Every time you cheer for Harry Kane, you're cheering murder. It connects to Cain and Abel. Cain killed his brother Abel. That's what you're cheering for. And you don't realize that. All right? When you're giving your energy to these players when they score doing satanic celebrations, you're worshipping the devil. You're giving your sacred energy to the devil. I'm trying to stop you from doing that. So how do they know which players go where? It's the devil. It's not these agents. These agents may believe they have a say. It's already written. Who wins the league next year has already been decided, and not by man. Freemasons are not sitting down now going, all right, let's give Guardiola another title. No. They may somehow be aware of how it's being done, but they're not doing it. And then they can build up certain games, all right, get you all excited. There's definitely people within this realm that know these outcomes at the highest level. Again, Aleister Crowley was a black magician, believed in sacrifice in regards to human sacrifice. All these A-listers, Alistair A-listers worship him. They have mentioned him numerous times. Now, Alistair sounds like Leicester. So there'll definitely be some demonic influence with these outcomes. But the demons are working for the devil's working for God. Again, if you read the book of Job, the devil needs permission. So everything that's playing out, God is allowing. But again, when you get to my level of this, which is one of the best in the world, which it is, you see it can't be man. If you still think it's man, it's because your level's low. And you've been so deeply programmed that you can't let go. You can't let go. You want it so badly to be real because you've invested so much energy, love, passion, and money into these sports, into these athletes. You don't want to accept that you've been deceived. And that's the issue with most people. They will not accept that they've been deceived. And as a result, they continue to be deceived. And then the level of deception gets deeper. But then your ego kicks in. It's like, no, I'm not wrong. No, this is all organic. It's like, all right. That's why I said I could go 100% every month and people would still tell me, I'm reaching. You're reaching. Am I? Is that why I said Texas Rangers would win in a 9-11 riddle yesterday and they won 10-2 and 9-11 lasted 102 minutes? Was that reaching? Was it just a lucky guess again? No, you're just in denial. So Mason Greenwood coming back from a huge ritual to score lots of goals. Yep. I did say that straight away, and it will happen. Yeah, the Mason Greenwood video of him bouncing up and down on a player like that. Nothing to see there. It's funny. It's banter. It's changing room banter. I don't ever recall being in a changing room where one of my teammates was bouncing on another guy's penis for banter. All right. Do you have changing room banter? Yeah, of course you do. You have a laugh in there. Right? You don't bounce on somebody's dick in the changing room for the bounce. All right. This is what people don't understand. They really are deeply in denial. So, illusion missing the changing room. I do. I do. One of the hardest things for me leaving England when I moved to the US was leaving my football behind, semi-pro. I used to love training. I used to love traveling. I used to love the changing room, the competition. That was obviously other than my family. And I had a girlfriend at the time. I had to leave her. I told her, I said, I'm sorry. I need to do this. But one of the hardest things I gave up was that. My team, the changing room. All right. But like I said, I wasn't bouncing up and down on somebody in the changing room. All right. For the bounce. So, German Kai Havertz just signs for Arsenal. Of course, Germany connects to war. The second horse of Revelation is war. And it's on a red horse. And Arsenal playing red. Okay. In the book of Revelation, war comes before famine. And when I think of nations that suffer from famine, I think of rice. Now, there's a song called Rice, Rice, Baby, which was released by a Nigerian artist. It went to #1 in Nigeria. This is how coded our reality is. Nigeria suffers from famine, like most African nations. So some random rapper in Nigeria just suddenly decides to bring out a song called Rice, Rice, Baby. And it goes to #1 in Nigeria. The year that West Ham and Rice win this Europa Conference finally, signs for Arsenal. All right, he's going to be playing for Arsenal in 2024. Russia invaded the Ukraine on 2/24. Nigerian. Check out the song. You probably don't want to listen to it. It's an absolute joke. Rice obviously connects to China as well, which connects to coronavirus. So, again, when you think of famine and you think of nations that are struggling to eat, what do they eat? Rice. Rice. Think about how many Indians moved to the UK over the last 80 years. What do you have with your curry? Rice. So like I keep telling you, enjoy your food now. Enjoy it whilst you can, guys. Manchester derby shouldn't exist because Man United is in Trafford, not Manchester. They need that red and blue division, just like Everton and Liverpool. Did you know Everton and Liverpool were founded by John Holding? I'll repeat that. Everton and Liverpool were founded by John Holding, a 33-degree Freemason. He was smart enough to separate the city into two because he knows how competition works. And instead of having one club, you have two, you have them compete against each other. You create a rivalry, you create more money. So, all you Everton and Liverpool fans out there who hate one another, you were founded by the same person. Can I get a woo if you didn't know that? Look it up. 33-degree Mason. It's why Liverpool won the FA Cup 33 years after the Hillsborough disaster, which I coded before the season began at 8-1. Yes. Mendy from Manchester City ain't coming back. I haven't looked too much into Benjamin Mendy, but Greenwood's a different story. This young English talent, Red Devils, he had all the numbers. He has all the Queen numbers. That's why he was in the headline. Now the Queen's gone. He'll just slowly work his way back into Man United's first team. Once he starts banging a few goals, all the Man United fans will forget. Pretty much all the football fans are going to forget because they're fickle. Football fans are fickle. Again, I don't know how many of my friends who've just had children are now putting their kids in Man City kits. Never supported Man City. Now they're all wearing Man City kits, putting their kids in them. It's cringeworthy. It's so desperate to be part of something that is successful. when it really has nothing to do with them. We see it, guys. How many people wearing Paris Saint-Germain shirts now because Messi went there? Or how many are going to start buying the Inter Miami jerseys? It's cringeworthy. Rishi Sunak and Rice, yeah, Sunak's Indian, isn't he? Adam, did you teach your students to scan the field? Yes. I do believe that's a gift you naturally have, scanning the field and that natural awareness. I do believe that. I think you can teach it. But I think in general, just like for me, finishing, you can teach people how to finish, but there's natural finishers. Like me, put me through on goal and it's going in goal. So you can do as many shooting activities as you can, but I think some players have that natural ability to finish. They have that natural positioning sense, like your Fox in the box. All right, they're always similar, like Van Nistelrooy or Chicharito. They're always in the right spot. Keeper saves it there to put it in. Raul, those type of players. I know it's demonic, but it's natural instinct. And I think scanning a field and just being aware of where you are on the field is a God-given talent. But you can work on it. You always like seeing coaches, all right, pass it, turn, see if anyone's behind you. It's like you're supposed to scan before you pass, not pass then scan. So most coaches don't have a clue, to be honest. The ones that I've coached against. Is illusion a transvestite? Absolutely not, brother. So you're new to the channel and the first question you ask is that? Really? That's very interesting. You could have asked me any question and you asked me that one. All of the teenagers in UK wear PSG shirts. Again, how can they justify FIFA fair play when PSG have Messi, Neymar, Ramos, Donnarumma, Verratti, Mbappe? So stop believing in it. It's same with Man City. There's this FIFA fair play. No, there isn't. It's all a lie. Everything with the numbers, with the money is a big lie. So when Man City do win the treble, all the fans go, yeah, well, they bought those championships. And it's like you find yourself arguing. It's like, yeah, well, we won them. We won them. You can't take them from us. It's like, what do you mean from us? You had nothing to do with it, mate. You're a big fat goon who sits in the stand, cheering, crying when Haaland scores. All right? You did nothing. So that social identity that people are so desperate to have. And that's what professional football is. I've told you, if Man City were playing Man United in the local park with no stadium and no jerseys on, all right, like no kits, and one of them was wearing bibs, the other one wasn't, and it was pissing it down, all right, and nobody really cared who won, and it wasn't televised on Sky Sports, you won't go watch it. You won't watch it, and don't kid yourself. You ain't watching these games because you want to study the tactics. You don't appreciate the technique. You're watching them because you've been programmed to watch them, and it's a social identity for you. So on Monday, you can talk to your mates about how Newcastle picked up a huge win against Arsenal away. And I think we'll get Champions League football this year. Like, really? You got nothing else going on in your life? You have to just obsess over the Premier League? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me how many of you and your mates are just talking about the Premier League and who do you reckon's going to win league next season? You're doing it. You're probably still doing it, most of you. You're going to a bar, you're putting your bets on, you're watching your little football games, and you're talking like it's actually organic. And you think you're a truther, and that's that Twitter group. I think Mason Mount's really going to push on now at United. He needed that move. He needed that move. He was getting a bit stale at Chelsea. It's like he went because it connects to war. That's why he's gone to the Red Devils, because it connects to war. And Revelation connects to Satan. Satan connects to the Red Devils. Why do you think Usain Bolt, who does all the satanic symbolism, supports Man United? Why do you think so many A-list celebrities like Megan Fox, for example, supports Man United? Do you think Megan Fox has a clue? Do you think I could call Megan Fox and say, tell me 5 Man United players, Megan, you bloke. Tell me 5 Man United players. Go on. Big fan. They can't. They don't have a clue. I remember Shawn Michaels came over and watched Blackburn when they won the league conveniently. And he went, I've always been a fan of the Blackburn Rovers. What do you mean, the Blackburn Rovers, Sean? You little demon. The Blackburn Rovers. So it's again, people just, man, they don't have a clue. I miss Noah, man. Weird little guy. Yeah, Noah would ask me the most ridiculous questions. He'd ask me the most ridiculous questions. If you were on space with David Bowie and he offered you a Mars bar or Snickers, which one would you take? And do you think you'd enjoy it? And would you share it with David Bowie? What? Yeah, if you were on space with David Bowie and he offered you a Snickers or a Mars bar, which one would you choose? And if you chose the Snickers, for example, would you share it with him? What you on about, Noel? What you talking about, son? Just answer the question. No. So, mate, I can't. Just what a joke. Again, was he funny? Yeah. Was he intentionally trying to piss me off? Was he trying to entertain? Was he like mentally ill? Maybe a combination, guys. Maybe a combination. Adam, every Premier League is the same. 80 minutes of slow football, last 10 minutes of fast football. Yeah. Not as slow as the Champions League and not as slow as the World Cup. Oh my goodness, that is just beyond a joke slow. Surely the tempo and the speed should increase the higher the level. It slows down. It slows down. Yeah, because it's all about tactical and it's all about discipline and holding your position. Piss off. It should be lightning quick in the Champions League. Best players in the world, best athletes. All right, it should be transition all the time. It should be exciting, and it's not. I told you, it's keeper to the centre half, to the keeper, to the left back, to the keeper, to the centre half, to the right back, to the centre half, to the defensive midfielder, to the centre half, to the right back, to the left back, back to keeper. Keeper goes long. Centre half from the other team heads it back to keeper, rolls it to the fullback, back to the keeper, to the other fullback, to the keeper. All right, plays it out to the winger, back to the fullback, to the centre half, to the keeper. It's like, and then whilst nobody's pressing them, I've told you, whilst I was in Blackpool with my dad, he got me to watch Liverpool Leeds. I did it because it's my dad. I thought I'll have a few beers. Didn't really want to watch it. And I told everyone in that pub, because I was getting animated, I was like, this is why I don't watch it. I said, why are Leeds not pressing Van Dijk? Why are they not pressing Van Dijk? Why has he got 20 yards in front of him every time he gets the ball? They were like, well, we're just holding our positions, lad. I'm like, mate, if you're holding your positions, why is the striker not on the centre half? Why is he not pressing that centre half? Well, I think you're actually probably right. It does seem like they're not trying to win the ball back. I said they're not. And you're going to tell me Van Dijk's world class because of how composed he is on the ball when no one's under pressure? None of them are. Like everyone was raving on about Trent and Robertson. Nobody touches them. It's not hard to whip a ball in, is it? For a half-decent footballer, it's not hard to whip a ball in box. Oh, but they're class. Have you seen the whip he puts on it? I can do it with my eyes closed. Like most half-decent footballers can. So, I think I've got a little bit more with this code. Yeah. Muller Yogurt and Desserts launches multi-million-pound campaign with Declan Rice. Muller Yogurt, obviously, connects to rice. Now, check this out. I did a video about this on 15/8/2021 on the anniversary of the Society of Jesus being recognized by the Catholic Church. Gerhard Gert Muller, spelt like Muller Rice, died. And his nickname was Bomber the Nation. Bomber the Nation. Bomb, war. Declan Rice has this multi-million-dollar contract with Muller Rice. Guys, who in the right mind is going to go, you know what? It's been 5 years since I've had a Muller Rice yogurt. But now Declan Rice is doing that in a commercial. You know what? I'm going to fill my fridge with them. Do you really believe that Muller Rice have paid Declan Rice millions of dollars to have his ugly mug doing that in the commercial? Do you believe that for a second? But it's Gert Muller, the bomber. All right? We're going to see that. I told you there'll be an explosion soon. Obviously, when World War III is triggered, you're going to see lots of explosions. So you see how deep this is. Muller Rice, Declan Rice. What, just because his last name's Rice? Again, how many people in the world? Do any of you, all right? Sean Hickey, I agree with what you're saying about Tyson. The baddest man in the planet. No, you're not. You're female, all right? With a demon inside of you. Simple as that. Tell me if any of you guys know any person in your life whose last name is Rice, and I'll give you a minute. If anyone can be honest with me, I'm going to go get my AC and I'll come back. Tell me if you know anyone whose surname is Rice. Tell me. Anyone? Anyone know anybody whose last name's Rice? Oh, you have a mate at school's last name's Rice, really? What was his name? Rice, guys. Declan Rice. Like, how many people in England are called Declan as well? There's not many. Declan Rice. Now, check this out. I've just talked about the Society of Jesus. All right? Arsenal's logo is that of a cannonball. And Ignatius of Loyola founded the Society of Jesus. In Pamplona in 1521, just add up those numbers, it's 36, 666, the 36th tribe. In the kingdom, the kingdom of Navarre, Spain, in which Ignatius of Loyola suffered severe injuries when a cannonball fired by the French troops, you just said how Arsenal connect to France, shattered his right leg badly, damaging his left leg as well. I'm telling you guys, if Declan Rice gets a serious injury this year, that's why. If Declan Rice gets a serious injury, it's to do with that. So the Gunners, the Cannonball, the war theme, Arsenal, Rice, it's war and famine. War comes before famine in the book of Revelation. This is how deep this is now. This is how unbelievably deep it is. Remember Damien? Oh my word. I've got to add give me, guys, hit the like button, give me some woos. I can't believe what I'm about to reveal to you. Hit the like, get some woos. How has this just hit me now? Give me a minute. Hit that like, guys, because this is outrageous what I'm about to just type. Thank you, Holy Spirit. This is how I work. You've just seen me there. This is how I work. I can't believe I've just done that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Remember that Declan Rice was going to play for Ireland, right? This is outrageous. Right. All right. Yes. Yeah. Izzy McDonald's got it. Izzy McDonald's got it. Much love to you, Izzy. One of my favorite artists, guys, when I was into music, Damien Rice, Irish guy. His hit song is Cannonball. When you float like a cannonball. Da, 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 da. Damien Rice, Cannonball. Now check this out. Damien Rice currently is age 49 and he was born in 73. 4973 is the 666 prime number. When you float like a cannonball. Damien Rice. Damien connects to Satan as well. You've seen that movie. Oh my word, it just... Oh my word. It's all synced up. Cannonball, Rice. His middle name's George. One of Arsenal's greatest coaches was George Graham. Oh my word. Damien Rice was part of a band. And one of his popular songs before he went solo was The World is Dead. The World is Dead. He was born 12-7, 127, 31st prime. Man City just won the 31st edition of the Premier League and the 31st edition of the Champions League. And obviously, Rice was linked with Man City. And I've told you, if Man City wanted to sign Rice and if it was real and they're the richest club in the world, they would have signed Rice. No, Rice didn't want to go. He wants to start. He wants to be first choice. And he will be at Arsenal. Maybe not at Man City. Pipe down. Damien Rice, born in Dublin. Wow. How deep is this? Rice, Rice, baby. Bam, bam, bada, bam, bada, bam, bam. That's what everyone's going to be singing. So again, please don't buy your kid this yogurt, guys. This Muller yogurt. And in the video, Declan Rice is doing that. Right, what's he doing? He's doing that. It's so, guys, Declan Rice and Mason Mount, beyond feminine. Just like Grealish. Chilwell. They're so feminine. I think you all know why if you've been keeping up with my work over the last few years. Beyond feminine. I thought Beckham was bad. But Saka's super feminine. It's ridiculous. Super, super, super weak. Now, I'll end with this before I go back to my book. Guys, are you all going to purchase my new book? Because it's 3 years of work and I'm going to have it done by the 1st of July. Going to probably spend 7 hours on it today. And then I've got to go to Bible study. Then I'm watching my friend play basketball. He plays for the pro team here. Damien Rice on Cannonball, 7th of December, 1973. That's when Damien Rice was born. You tell me he released it on his birthday? Polygram. You got that? Polysexuality now, aren't you, as well? Polysexual. All right. Raheem Sterling, yeah, another one with an arch in his back and sticks his butt out like he's ready to take it. Runs like that. Like, you really think that guy's so incredible? Raheem Sterling. Again, put me one-on-one with Sterling. See what happens. See how good he is. Little tiny rat, Sterling. Not a very good footballer at all. And I think Man City fans, if you're Man City fans out there, Liverpool fans, Chelsea fans, if you're not delusional, you'll admit it. Okay, Sterling did well at Man City because of his code. But if you judge him as a player, would you say Raheem Sterling's world class? Not even close. He's not even close to being world class. All right, he's shite, to be honest with you. Now, this is something that's very important. I'm trying. Oh my word! Remember in Cannonball, he mentions Stones. Remember the Premier League this season ended on John Stones, Phil Foden, and Kyle Walker's birthday. And it says, Stones taught me to fly. Love taught me to lie, and life taught me to die. So it's not hard to fall when you float like a cannonball. This was released a year before Declan Rice was born. It was released in 98. 98, right before Rice and Mount were born. It's absolutely insane. Like that song and Blower's Daughter, two of my favorite songs, honestly. I'm a bit passionate at heart. But just crazy. So yeah, Stones taught me to fly. Johnny Stones. He irritates me as well. Right, listen to this. Did you know this? Do they know it's Christmas? One of the most annoying songs in the world, all right? Do they know it's Christmas time at all? Just get a bunch of Satanists together to supposedly get money to donate to charity when it doesn't go to any charity. So, Do They Know It's Christmas is a charity song written in 1984 by Bob Geldof and Midge Ure to raise money for the famine in Ethiopia. It was released in 1984. All right. Do they know it's Christmas? I hope they don't know it's Christmas, because Christmas is bullshit. It's a pagan celebration, which is celebrated on 12/25, which is 35 times 35. And Satan gets you 35. Baphomet gets you 35. This is why Messi won his first World Cup at age 35, a day before Benzema turned 35. So, Do They Know It's Christmas was released 1984. Now, how often do I talk about 1984, the book, written by George Orwell, Damien Rice, whose middle name's George. You got Prince George, you had King George, you have George Floyd, all right? You have St. George's flag. The list is of Georges, guys. It's remarkable. George Michael, who died on Christmas Day, and he had the song Last Christmas, I Gave You My Heart. Really? And we know George Michael, he pushed the whole agenda of not being straight. You see his music videos. Shouldn't be on TV. Shouldn't be on TV. My mate Rice has his best friend, his last name Pope, no joke. I believe you. 1984 is a dystopian social science fiction novel and cautionary tale by English writer George Orwell, who, by the way, his name is not actually George Orwell. It was a name that he used to be an author, because they said that it sounded like a traditional English name, so they changed it. No, we know why they changed it. It was Decode. That was gematria, why they changed his name. It was published on 6/8/1949. 6/8, guys. 6/8. Man City just won the 68th edition of the European Cup with a 68th minute winning goal. 9/11 became the emergency dialing code in 68. The term coronavirus was coined in 68. So it's published 6/8/49 by Secker Warburg as Orwell's 9th and final book completed in his lifetime. Because 9's the number of completion, because it's the last single digit number. So it was his 9th and final book, and he died shortly afterwards. All right. This book's set in 1984, because I've read it multiple times. I've even taught this book when I was a teacher, as well as Animal Farm, which was written by Orwell. All right. This book's setting was in London, where Declan Rice and Mason Mount played. Obviously, Mount has now gone to Manchester. And it's where England's national team play. They play at Wembley. So Winston Smith, a low-ranking member of the ruling party in London, in the nation of Oceania, everywhere Winston goes, even his own home, the party watches him through telescreens Everywhere he looks, he sees the face of the party's seemingly omniscient leader, a figure known only as Big Brother. The party controls everything in Oceania, even the people's history and language. Currently, the party is forcing the implementation of an invented language called Newspeak, which attempts to prevent political rebellion by eliminating all words related to it. Even thinking rebellious thoughts is illegal. This sounds like China, yeah? Such thought crime is, in fact, the worst of all crimes. So this is the world we're living in now, political correctness. You can't speak your mind. A guy like me gets demonetized, makes no money from YouTube. If I relied on YouTube for income, I would be broke. Thankfully, I worked my ass off and I can deal with YouTube not paying me. Now, Big Brother, the hit TV show, it was filmed at a house in Bow, London, and it had 19 seasons, Mason Mount's number. Right? Big Brother is watching you. And we all loved it, didn't we? So this code's simply mind-blowing. It backs up what I've been saying for over 2 years, that Revelation's playing out, that 1984, the book, is playing out. Everything I've said for over 2 years, now it's happening. More people are starting to appreciate my work. Could have quit a long time ago, guys, with the shit that I took. Live Aid, such a con. Yeah, Live Aid is a joke. It's children in need. And if you're paying towards those charities, then you're absolute foolish. You're foolish. You're naive, and you've been brainwashed. I love Harry Styles, and Harry Styles said I should donate $10, and he just sang my favorite song, and I'm going to help somebody in Kenya. No, you're not. And Harry Styles is under mind control. Does as he's told. Adam, I hate it when a player shoots wide and commentators say you can say what he was trying to do. Yeah, clearly he was trying to score. Yeah, you could see what he was trying to do. He was trying to whip it in the far end corner. Yeah, but it was 30 yards wide. The worst things for me is when, what a finish. They do it a lot with Harry Kane. What an unbelievable finish from England's talisman. It's like 3-yard tapping under no pressure. What an unbelievable finish from Kane. No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. It was 3 yards away under no pressure, and he tapped it in with the inside of his foot. It wasn't a world-class finish. But again, watch your little football games without commentary. Tell me if you're entertained. You watch a Premier League game without commentary. Get back to me in the chat, in the comments, whatever it is. Email me. Watch your Premier League game without commentary. Oh, and it's just wide from Bernardo Silva. No, mate, it was 35 yards wide. Not even close. The keeper didn't even move. He didn't have to. It whistles past the post. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. Like, it was a shite shot. Should have scored, and he dragged it. All right? It's what a save from De Gea. No, it wasn't. It was straight at him. It was an easy catch. It was a shite shot and an easy catch. Like, it's comical, guys, the way they build them up. They build these players up. There's certain goals you go, wow, unbelievable. And you can see why the commentators react the way they do. But more often than not, like, and fans, this is what pisses me off. It used to piss me off so much when I watched professional football in stadiums. Anytime a player played a diagonal pass from one side of the field to the other. Wow, did you see that? Wow, what wait, he's played a 45-yard pass from one side of the pitch to the other under no pressure to an open fullback. Why does that always get a round of applause? I'll tell you another thing that gets a round of applause that used to piss me off. Ball goes over the top, all right? Goes over the top, the defender recovers, heads it back to the keeper under no pressure. The whole stadium erupts. Tell me I'm wrong. When a centre-half heads it back to keeper, the whole stadium goes wild. Why? I used to watch it. Why are they getting praised for that? Central midfield passes it back to fullback. Round of applause. What about when a team wins a corner? Oh, come on. Yeah, go on. And shit corner doesn't beat the first man. Take him off corners. He's shit. Next corner. Same thing. Yes, go on. They don't tell him to get off corners. Another shit one. Oh, God, get him off corners. Another corner. Same guy. Don't say anything. There's a half-decent corner. That was a decent whip from Madison, that. Got a good ping on here, that lad. Wait, you just saying that he needs to come off corners. He's shite. Yeah, but when he does corners like that, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's amazing, isn't it? No, mate, it's not. No, it's not. Oh, by the way, I just want to say something to this guy. I don't even know his name. The guy who, about 2 years ago, his most viewed video is a video of me doing this, which made me a Freemason because of that. And he's just done a video saying that Gary Neville is 1,000% Lionel Messi. And Zelensky is Robert De Niro. And he believes that he is talking sense. So I knew he was mentally ill. He's just confirmed it. He says Gary Neville is Lionel Messi. I'm not going to tell you his name. I'm not promoting this guy. But as somebody sent me, he said, that guy who said you're a Freemason and a fraud, do you know he said Gary Neville's Lionel Messi? I said, what are you talking about, Gary Neville's Lionel Messi? He said, no, seriously, he's done a video. He says that Gary Neville and Lionel Messi is the same person. And I was like, wait, Messi was playing for Barcelona against Valencia when Gary Neville was the head coach when he got destroyed. So you're telling me Messi was playing and also being the coach on the side? And he went, yeah, this guy's lost it. So this is what I'm doing. The guy's making videos about me. They're saying that he said that LeBron James plays for Cameroon national team. So God bless him. There's obviously something missing with him, but I couldn't help but laugh when he said that Messi and Gary Neville's the same person. And you can see because they have similar ears. Okay. Chris Luno, he sends me money, but he has digs at me. It's very interesting. Can we just stick to Freemason transfer news and no Jesus talk? We are not all Christians here. We want your excellent picks and not your Bible bashing. Bible bashing? Brother, you can send me as much money as you want. You can send me 5,000 of whatever that currency is. And I ain't going to stop talking about the Bible. I have a nice balance. I cover a range of topics. I'm not going to remove my passion and knowledge and wisdom of the Bible because somebody sends me, what's that, like $2? I appreciate you, that you even here listening and, of course, supporting me financially. But, mate, if you want to talk about the transfers, go on Sky Sports News and watch those satanic Muppets discuss it. Oh, I'm here right now in London, and it looks like he's about to sign. Wait. No! Manchester United have come in with a higher bid. Come back to me in 30 minutes, Jeff. Okay, thank you. Oh, it's really heating up there, isn't it? In the bidding war for, I don't know. Let me think of a shy average player. I can't even watch the leagues anymore. Jamie Vardy will say, looks like Jamie Vardy's going to make a return back to the Premier League. It's like, who gives a shit? That's what they do. So if you want transfer talk and you want to get all wrapped up in it, go turn Sky Sports News on, mate. Turn it on. I'll tell you why those players go where and why they signed for the amount that they signed, supposedly, why they've got the contract they've been given, contract. But, mate, I ain't going to be like, let me try and let me go on Sky Sports. Let me see some of the headlines. There's not many, really. And by the way, the transfer window closes 9/1, which is the anniversary of World War II beginning. And it began on 6/14, which is Donald Trump's birthday, and when Euro 2024 begins. Transfer Live, here it is. I'm going to read some of this out. And then I've got to go. What are they saying? They think this is all real. They think it's down to the agents. I'll read it. The guy who sent me whatever that is, that RSD, I think it's Serbian. Serbian diner, whatever it is. I'm gonna read some of this out just for you, mate, for the financial support. Adam Lastman, much love to you. I know you love my work. You don't believe in Christ. That's fine. I don't judge you for that at all. I know you think it's all nonsense, and that's fine. You have your free will, bro, but I'll always respect you. You don't have to believe in Christ. It's not on me to tell you what to believe in. Right, I'll do this. This is for you. What's his name? Chris Luno. This is for you. Right, where is it? Where's Sky Sports? I'm sure I opened a tab with Sky Sports. Are Chelsea becoming Real Madrid? Chelsea are very, very good at selling players with depreciating contracts. Players who the world knows they don't want anymore that have value elsewhere. Just because Chelsea don't want you, it doesn't mean you won't be a great fit elsewhere. Chelsea had to come back to the table with Manchester United over Mason Mount for financial reasons. They needed to get as much money in as possible before the financial end of the season, which, by the way, is 6:30, the 181st day of the year, the 42nd prime. That's how long the beast reigns, for 42 months. They need to get their fair chunk of money in now before that cut-off. Wait, didn't they just pay 666 million for players this year? I don't think they're struggling for money. Arsenal have reached a verbal agreement with Ajax for signing of Jurrien Timber. It's claimed, again, key word, Chris, claimed. The Gunners will pay an initial 36.2 million with a potential 4.3 in bonus-related add-ons. All right, now listen to this. Jurrien Timber can grab his bag. Ajax and Arsenal verbally agree transfer fee of 42 million euros. Timber! The economy is going to collapse. Timber! All right. Oh, this is huge news. Burton have completed the permanent signing of Kigagala Choki from Southampton on a 2-year deal. Now, that's really big news. I might write a book about that. Oh, this is also enormous. Rangers signed Simmer on loan from Brighton. Now, that's an amazing signing. I think that's a really crucial signing for Rangers. That could allow them to push on and maybe take the title away from Celtic, because I've heard that Abdoulaye Simmer, this 22-year-old, is world class. So I might actually go buy a Rangers shirt. I'm not sure they sell them in Mexico, but I'll go online. I'm really delighted for Havertz, because whilst he was at Chelsea, a few of the fans were starting to get on his case because he wasn't scoring as many goals as he should. So I really hope Havertz can get a new lease of life at Arsenal. I'm hoping that he can connect with Gabriel Jesus. For me, Gabriel Jesus, one of the best out-and-out number 9s in the world. So what I'm thinking, Chris, is if we get Kai Havertz just behind him, all right, maybe that in that number 10 role. So we get Havertz. He can basically, I think Havertz could be the next Mesut Ozil. And I don't think Arsenal have really recovered since they lost Ozil. What do you think, Chris? And Havertz, he has great vision. And we know Gabriel Jesus is one of the best in regards to getting behind the defenders. His movement off the ball is world-class. So I can just, Havertz, he might pick up the ball from Declan Rice, one of the world's greatest players right now. It's undeniable. He's just signed for 90 million, you douchebag. Clearly he's one at best in world, just like Harry Maguire was when he went for 80 million. So don't test me, Chris. So what we're going to do, we've got Declan Rice, all right? What a player, by the way. What a player Declan Rice is. Declan Rice, he's got that ability to not only win the ball back, but he's got an eye for a pass. So what I'm thinking with Declan, hopefully, Arteta, if you're watching, this is just my opinion, Mikel. Like, obviously, you're the gaffer. But I think Declan Rice, he can pick up that ball, fizz that ball nice and hard into Kai Havertz, because Kai Havertz has a wonderful left foot. All right? His left foot is like a wand. Kai Havertz, he can receive, maybe on the half turn. You know Gabriel Jesus is going to be off as soon as Kai receives it. Gabriel Jesus is going to be in behind the two centre-halves. So Kai has that vision to, not only is going to receive the ball, yes, Declan is going to spin off, play that threaded through ball. Jesus is going to get through on goal. And you know when Gabriel Jesus is one-on-one with a goalkeeper, it's a goal. It's a goal. So, yeah, Arsenal are going to be fantastic this year. I'm really delighted in the signings. It's going to be hard to take that title off Man City, treble winners. They're full of world-class talent. Guardiola's a serial winner. We've got Haaland, obviously the best striker in the world. You can't really debate that. He got 36 goals, guys, last season in the Premier League in his first season. Now imagine what he's going to do next season. And I know Gabriel Jesus is top class, but he's never been a player that's going to get you 30 league goals a season. Maybe 20. But those 10 goals, there's a huge difference, 20 and 30. So that's how I see it. I still think Man City, but I think it'll be great for the league if Arsenal win it or United. Because it kind of becomes a bit repetitive seeing City dominate under Pep. But what can we do? Pep Guardiola is the greatest coach to ever live. So we have to accept that. And again, in regards to Jurgen Klopp, a wonderful, wonderful coach. I think, to be honest, Liverpool, a few signings, they can be right back up there. You can't ride off Liverpool with Klopp, can you guys? You just can't. So don't ride off Liverpool either, guys. Write them off at your peril. But I do believe that Liverpool could have really done with Declan Rice because he could have been the predecessor to Jordan Henderson, who, for me, one of the greatest footballers to ever play the game. He doesn't get enough credit. What do you think, guys? He doesn't get enough credit, Jordan Henderson. He covers every blade of grass. He's wonderful at playing 7-yard passes sideways. And he even gets you about 3 goals a season. So for me, Jordan Henderson, how he's not won the Ballon d'Or is honestly beyond me. But there's still time for him. He's still got a few years left. He might win it. Benzema won the Ballon d'Or at 35. There's no reason Jordan Henderson can. And you might laugh at me, but that's because you don't know anything about football. Have you not seen Jordan Henderson's stats? 92% pass completion. You don't have a clue, you guys. Honestly, I'm wasting my time with you. Højbjerg and Spurs open to summer transfer. The Spurs really want to get rid of Højbjerg, a wonderful player, tremendous defensive midfielder. And if Spurs have the expectation of making the top 4, they have to keep world-class players like Højbjerg. They can't sell him to Atletico Madrid. That's not too bad because at least he's going to Spain. It's not one of the direct rivals. But Højbjerg, guys, a phenomenal talent. Very similar to Jordan Henderson, but not Jordan Henderson's level. But he could be with a bit more extra coaching. So I'll be sad. I think the Premier League is going to be sad to see Højbjerg leave because he really is world-class. Far on verge of becoming Leeds boss. Yeah, that's good. He was sacked recently by Borussia Mönchengladbach. So it obviously makes sense to hire somebody who's just been sacked. He must have done a great job for Borussia Mönchengladbach. Farke, obviously, he led Norwich to Premier League promotion. So he does have that pedigree in the Championship. And obviously Leeds, they're going to be looking to return, to make an instant return to the Premier League, just like Burnley did under Vincent Kompany, who looks like Mars Attacks. Vincent Kompany, with next to no coaching experience, led Burnley to 101 points and promotion. So for me, though, okay, Farke, he's been there, he's done it. He's led Norwich to promotion, back to the Premier League. But why didn't Leeds keep Allardyce? Allardyce has so much experience, guys. What do you think, Chris? Do you agree with this? Allardyce has all this experience. He even coached for England, guys, for 1 game. So for me, you keep Allardyce. He's going to install that winning mentality into Leeds United. Farke, I understand why they've got him. Chris, what do you think? But do you think Leeds instantly return? I hope so. Because I was born in Yorkshire, and I think if Leeds get promoted, it'll be really good for Yorkshire. I really do. I think it'll be really good for Yorkshire if we get Leeds back, because the Premier League's lacking teams from Yorkshire, guys. Remember when we used to have Sheffield Wednesday there? No longer. They just went down and down. Thankfully, Sheffield Wednesday made it to the Championship after Windass scored that winning goal 15 years and 5 days after his dad did it in a playoff final. That was fantastic. We got Sheffield United, guys, back in the Premier League. A round of applause for the Blades, guys. Wonderful job by Heckingbottom. So we do have some representation in the Premier League next year from Yorkshire. We have Sheffield United, which I'm really delighted about. But I do remember the glory days. There were Leeds United, Sheffield Wednesday, Sheffield United, Barnsley. I think it'd be really good for tourism as well if Leeds go back up. And then we might, fingers crossed, Sheffield United stay up. They obviously have to do well in the transfer market, but they've got a world-class coach. Maybe next year we'll have that Leeds United against Sheffield United in the Premier League, because that'll be a great game. Really wonderful for the fans. And for the fans, like it's like 30 minutes away. So you jump on a train to Sheffield or Sheffield to Leeds, vice versa. And you can go there, cheer your team on. And it's obviously going to be a huge game between two wonderful clubs, well-run clubs, in my opinion. And they both deserve to be in the Premier League. But there's only 20 spots, guys. And there's plenty of other teams that deserve to be playing in the Premier League. God bless all of them. Wonderful league, the best league in the world, the most watched league in the world. And I just can't wait. I can't wait for the new season to begin. What do you think, guys? I hope you're agreeing with this, because I'm really excited. Yeah, you've got Aston Villa have just made an incredible signing. They've agreed to sign Torres from Villarreal. Top class. He's actually a Spanish international. So hats off to Aston Villa for literally being able to recruit a Spanish international. Spain over the years being one of the best nations in the world. We know that, guys, over the last 30 years. So for Aston Villa, obviously Unai Emery is Spanish. He's got his contacts in Spain. He's coached out there with Valencia and Villarreal, at Sevilla. He's done really well out there. So, but to bring him over to the Premier League, that's a win for everybody. That's not just a win for Aston Villa. That's a win for the Premier League, in my opinion. So that's wonderful news in regards to Torres. What else is going on? Walcott's training with Reading, the Royals, after leaving the Saints. It's pretty interesting how he's training with the Royals after leaving the Saints. I wonder if that's anything to do with the royal family. No, that's just the conspiracy theory guy in me there. It's nothing to do with the Royals and the Saints. So Theo Walcott is, I would say, one of England's greatest ever right wingers. His speed, he would get you goals. I remember his hat-trick against Croatia. I thought, is Theo Walcott the best footballer to ever live? When I watched that game, I was like, this guy is it. I've never seen anyone with that much talent. His composure, his finishing, his speed, his touch. So Theo Walcott, I really hope you get a contract. You deserve one. I just can't believe you're willing to go down to the level of Reading. You're a Premier League player, Theo. I'm really hoping, to be honest. I think if Theo signs for Reading and he has a really good season, which I believe he can, I think he should be on that plane to Euro 2024 for England. If you laugh at me, laugh. I don't care. I'm done. So that's what we have right there. It's exciting. It's exhilarating. You don't know what's around the corner. But what's the next big move going to be? I don't know. And I kind of like that. I want to know. I want to know. You know what I mean? Tell me, what's the next big signing going to be? So I can talk about it with my mates in the pub. I want to know. I ain't going to lie to you guys. I want to know. Because I'm already thinking about my fantasy Premier League football team next year. You know what I mean? I'm already thinking about it. I want to think about my starting 11, who I'm going to put on the bench. It's tough, though, because I might want to say, for example, I love Bernardo Silva, guys. I love Bernardo Silva. I've had him last 2 years, right, in my fantasy team. What a player, all right? One of those players, not many people have him either, so he was a big differential for me. I'd have him. Sometimes I captain him. I remember the time when I captained Bernardo, he scored 2 goals and got 2 assists, and all my mates were like, oh my, how did you pick Bernardo? What a call. That is illusion. I was like, yeah, I love Bernardo. You've known that for a long time. But what if Bernardo leaves? Imagine I put Bernardo in and my whole team's revolved around him and then he goes. Oh, it's just going to change everything. So that's the thing when I do these fantasy teams. I just don't know what's around the corner. I was going to put Declan Rice in at West Ham. Now he's at Arsenal. He's probably going to go up in value because he's playing for a top 4 team now. His value is going to shoot up. So I don't think I can fit him in my squad, guys. So, and then I was hoping I'd get Højbjerg in there without Rice. Now Højbjerg's linked to Atletico Madrid. It's ugh, come on, man. This is so hard. You know what I mean, guys? You know what I mean? Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, guys. I've got a full-time job and I have to pick my fantasy team, which is pretty much a full-time job. So no wonder I'm burnt out. No wonder I'm burnt out, guys. And for you guys, I know most of you play fantasy football. I ain't giving you my secrets. I ain't going to tell you all my players that I'm going to pick. I shouldn't have even told you about Bernardo, really. But yeah, good luck to you guys. It's going to be a big season. Highs and lows. Triple captain's going to have a big say. I actually had Haaland triple captain last season. It was fantastic. He scored a hat-trick. But he scored a hat-trick every game, didn't he? So yeah, I can't wait, guys. It's so fun talking about this stuff. You know what I mean? United! Come on, United! I'm really proud of Ten Hag. Like, Ten Hag is coming, right? He did a phenomenal job at Ajax. Exceptional job at Ajax. And I knew he was going to be world class. So we signed him. We got him at United. Big United fan. United! Huge United fan. All right? Ten Hag is coming. All right? Difficult circumstances. Ronaldo's gone. Out of form. Like, there's been no real consistency at the club for 10 years. Ten Hag comes in. We win a trophy, guys. Even Eriksen got his first ever trophy. All right? The guy who had a cardiac arrest and got told he'd never walk again. That's how amazing Ten Hag is. So we won the League Cup final. Amazing. What a day out. I remember, guys, I flew from Mexico to Wembley. What a day out that was. We played incredible, guys. No one's ever going to take that away. Wait a second. Sorry, guys. It's been a while since we won a trophy. No one... Wait. It's in my blood, guys. United's in my blood. I'll never forget. I'm never going to forget that, guys. Well, I flew over from Mexico to Wembley to watch United beat Newcastle. And just seeing us all united and United, like just United, and we're all like United, and we win the trophy. Ten Hag. I remember Ten Hag literally walked over to where I was sat with all my mates and everything. You know what I mean? And Ten Hag went, and I you know what I did back to Ten Hag? I went like that. Ten Hag, United. All right, so we got that. I was upset. I couldn't miss the FA Cup final, so I flew for the FA Cup final as well. But I knew this was harder. Like, we beat Newcastle. They've had a great season. Guys, nobody can dismiss it. Eddie Howe has done amazing. He's performed miracles at Newcastle. What a wonderful season they've had. We beat them, but I somewhat expected it. I do believe we have a higher pedigree than Newcastle. But when we took on Guardiola, it's like, this is Pep. This is a Manchester derby. We never played in the FA Cup final. We never, ever met in the FA Cup final. So this was huge. And I was all excited. And what happened? First minute, Gundogan. Goal. Volley. De Gea nowhere to be seen. And I was like, oh no, come on, Ten Hag, pull it out of the bag. We can do this. We're the Red Devils. And we didn't. But we got to the FA Cup final. We finished third in the league. We won the League Cup. We had a decent showing. Guys, we had a decent showing in the Europa League. Who knocked us out? Sevilla. Who went on to win the Europa League? Sevilla. So we got knocked out by the champions. So I think if Man United signed Harry Kane, then we're back. If we sign Harry Kane, we're back. Imagine that Kane, Rashford. If Sancho's world class. He hasn't really shown it this year. I can see his lack of confidence after his penalty miss. But then again, Saka and Rashford responded well to that. So if we can get Sancho back playing like he was at Dortmund, because for me, he was one of the best players in the world when he was at Dortmund. All right? If we can get Sancho playing back at that level. Now imagine we got Rashford and Kane, England's strike force. All right? Whatever you want to say about Eriksen can supply. Eriksen's got one of the best crosses in the world. He's deadly from set pieces. Martial is a player who I don't think he's yet hit his full potential. Because when you look at Martial, he's lightning fast, he's strong, he's got a beautiful finish, he's got a great touch. So now imagine, let's just take a moment to reflect here, because I'm getting like, this is pretty insane. So if we've got Sancho here, right wing, all right, we're getting Sancho could be the next Ronaldo. He just needs the right coaching. I think Ten Hag's going to just sit him down and have a word with him. Martial, I've seen him play left midfield. He's amazing from the left cutting in. So we've got Sancho there, Martial there. We've got Kane and Rashford there, natural-born goal scorers, prolific. Like, I think we just need another centre-half. If we can get a world-class centre-half to join Varane, of course we've got Harry Maguire, but he's only class. I'm talking world-class. Maybe we get Van Dijk from Liverpool. I know it's a dream. I'm a dreamer. But maybe we can get Van Dijk. Imagine we get Van Dijk with Varane centre-halves. That'd be good. Luke Shaw's, I would say, best left back to ever play the game last season. Unbelievable player. So I think as a huge Man United fan, that the future's bright for us. But I do believe we need Kane and Van Dijk. Okay. So I'm going to get off. Why did Mason Mount sign for United? Because he's a devil worshipper. Because the Red Devils mock Christ, and Christ is about the Sermon of the Mount. So that's why he's gone to Manchester, to the Red Devils, because he's a deceiver. He's a Mason. Mason Mount is going to join Mason Greenwood. Now let's see if Mason Mount assists. See how many times Mason Mount assists Mason Greenwood over the next few years. Couple of Masons. Man United have a Masonic lodge outside the stadium as well. Just like Liverpool, just like Everton. So, yeah. I forgot to mention just before I go. Mason Mount, Champions League winner, Premier League winner, England international. He can play the left, the right. You can even put him central midfield. I've even seen him play off the striker. So Mason Mount, if you're talking about making our squad better, then he's a phenomenal signing. Do I think he's going to fit in straight away with our way of play, our style of play? Time will tell. We'll see in the friendlies, because they mean something. We'll see how he does in the friendlies. But he's right-footed. He can use his left. He can cut in. He's got a great whip on him. He scores goals. Not as many as I'd like. Like, with the ability Mason has, he should be looking to get 15 goals a season in the league. All right, and he's getting what, about 8, 9? For me, for an England international who plays so high up on the pitch, we should be getting at least 15 goals out of Mount. And if we can get 55 out of Rashford, if Kane signs, maybe he can get us 70 goals. Sancho, he's capable of getting us 25. I'm not being delusional. Shut up. I'm not being delusional. Sancho could get us 25. Martial, he's capable of 25 as well. If we keep Harry Maguire, he's got goals in his locker from corners. He could maybe get us 25 as well. No, I'm not being delusional. What are you talking about? So yeah, United. Come on, we'll see, guys. Whatever happens, I'm United till I die. I'm United till I die. United till I die. I know I am. I'm sure I am. I'm United till I die. Don't matter if they finish first, third, seventh. Don't matter if they get relegated. I will stay loyal to my club. Boom. Come on, United. Come on. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Good luck to all of you. All right. Whoever you support, God bless you. Good luck. But just know, when your boys come to my town, Old Trafford, you're in for a whooping, all right? Especially if we get Van Dijk and Kane. All right, I'm off. God bless you all. Going to work on my book. And I hope you enjoyed this, because I completely went off topic. This was supposed to be a serious live stream, and I just became a joker like I often do. But God wins. The devil already lost when Jesus Christ sacrificed himself for our sins, Chris. Already lost. But he has a huge amount of influence within this realm, because he's the God of this world. That was for you, Mason Mount. That was for you, baby. Woo! Take me off 42 likes. I ain't leaving on 42 likes for the beast. Take me off 42. All right. Satan, you ain't getting the last laugh. I'm going to come off 42, whether you like it or not. So ping me off 42, guys. That's what it says on my end. For the beast. There's 43. That'll do me. All right. And Chris, what? He took me back to 42. Now it's 43. This is my end. I'm sure it's slightly different your end. It's 33, 43, my end. 34, 43. All right. God bless you all. Chris, if you want to ask me any more questions going forward, feel free. And I'll answer them. Because it's not about me. It's about the beautiful game, Chris. God bless you. Take care. Adios.